Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of CS. It's going to be hump day, though, and starting this off is going to be UT Austin versus Robert Morris. This is a D2 game, right, Zach?
Absolutely, it's going to be an exciting one too. I mean, Overpass was really exciting in our last C2 game, and these two teams are also like really top-notch schools in Division 2 with actually, we can talk a little bit about it later, but chances maybe even to move up or be players to be moved up into the the D1 spots on either of these schools' teams.
It's actually really refreshing to see schools that have two teams, right? That they're essentially academy teams to their main rosters in D1. Yeah, we have some inconsistencies in D2, but definitely to schools looking to join the CS:GO title at C Star League. Honestly, if you guys have D2 is completely free to register. Is definitely nice to get like your group going and get that community culture for CS:GO or whatever title that you're going to be entering. But for CS:GO, we've definitely seen some inconsistencies, right, Zach?
Absolutely. I mean, there's like it kind of comes down to how seriously certain schools are going to take it, scholarship programs, and whether they're going to develop it from ground up or whether they're just going to grab the five guys who obviously maybe just play together and not take it more seriously than any other league. But it kind of comes down to that, and it is good. I do agree that the farming system and like how they can really like put time into developing players now is with Division 2.
Yes,
really,
honestly, as a
huge.
coach, for me, St. Clair College is actually like what 10,000 students. We aren't that big. I know there's other schools within C Star League who aren't that big as well.
Oh, yeah.
But to cultivate that talent and to grow the community, making a D2 team and having them compete is also very huge.
Yeah, I did kind of
for the school. Yeah.
Earlier in the season.
Yeah.
I did ask you for that quote on that one of the earliest articles that I wrote in Collegiate Star League. I said, and it kind of has echoed in what the success we've seen in the schools this year. Like you have to build the culture as well as the skill. You can't just focus on picking the five best guys and hoping it's going to work. You have to build the culture around it. You have to build, esports is more than just there's a team of five really good video gamers.
Yeah, like even as for me recruiting, I was like, okay, do I want a really good player who's like A+, but he's toxic? Nah, maybe I'll make it work. Who knows? But if for me, it was five players who got along and could put in the time, right? Because we want the school. Well, the thing is, our school is a little bit different. We're a little bit more structured because of the scholarships, blah blah. But for anyone doing it who wants to enter D2, definitely try and build that those teams. But let's talk about the schools that are playing in this match right now. It's gonna be a overpass game. And UT Austin versus Robert Morris. And Zach, let's talk about Robert Morris first of all.
RMU, I mean, they're technically 9-0. They were like our Northeastern the other day. They're the school that hasn't experienced losing yet. They're 2-0 so far here. I mean, they've had 2 forfeit wins, obviously, but 2-0 is 2-0. We'll call it that. And they're still, obviously, their first half of the season stats, and if you look at the matches that they had, like those forfeit wins, they could have easily been wins either way for them. So I wouldn't take them lightly here if I was UT Austin. They're kind of they're a school that works around having a solid IGL. And we saw a team. What was it? RIT? That was the other team that played the other day, and we saw how effective, as long as you have like a kind of an IGL to call out your defaults and holding positions, you can see where the chemistry builds off of that. So I think these guys have kind of built that throughout this season, and it seems like a lot of them have experience playing with at least 1 or 2 other players on the team outside of this. So there's a lot going for Robert Morris's D2 team here.
I think our Robert Morris actually is arguably one of the essentially first schools out there to really take off with collegiate esports, right? They've got a lot going on, and of course, you expect the best. I guess their teams are very prominent. This is a D2 team. Just remember, guys. Apparently, just so you guys know, on your screen, it is incorrect saying 4-5 for Robert Morris, so just ignore that. It was our issue, but Robert Morris is actually 9-0 undefeated, correct?
Yes, they are. They're 9-0.
So
they won over pretty much everybody in their division. That includes Kentucky, Illinois, Southern Illinois, Chicago, Northern Illinois, Tennessee. There's so many schools that they've got wins over, and that they're one of those schools that I'm willing to say it over. There's several schools and teams in D2 that I will say this about, and they would give teams in D1 a run for their money.
And to be
Just based on how
fair,
much they practice.
there are another thing about D2 guys. Some of these schools, you know, there are a lot of forfeit wins and forfeit losses. These things do happen, you know. But you know, with that being said, Robert Morris does have a few forfeit wins, but regardless, 9-0. And now, who is a player to watch on Robert Morris? Really quick, Zach.
Our players to watch. I mean, there's a couple of them. Obviously, the Opper is one on a map like this. You kind of want to look for an Opper. I mean, we kind of expected to see more of an Oppic presence out of Northeastern.
Yes,
on Monday,
Choney.
and they
Oh
didn't really
God.
bring it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Plasma can do here, as the main Opper of Robert Morris, and see how his team kind of works to set him up, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But now, you know, we have our eyes on Plasma. And who was the second player, sorry?
The other player would probably be Dragio or Z-Man. Z-Man's kind of known as, I guess he's like the father of the roster, kind of. Not really the father, but like the sort of the voice of reason. He's like a senior with lots of experience, so some of the younger guys on this team, I mean, that's something that kind of goes untalked about in collegiate esports, in my opinion, is that obviously it's not really like traditional sports in the sense that like people could go back to school and they could be 23, 24, lots of experience, and then you got these young guys just coming out of high school. That's a 6-year difference, and that could be huge. You know?
Yeah.
That could be huge in a player's mentality and their development as a Counter-Strike player. So
That goes back to like ESEA, right? All those young
absolutely.
gunners, like those crazy young kids that you see in main.
Play past main now.
Exactly. They what? Play past main. What do you mean by that?
Well, you didn't hear about the age limit thing?
I did not know about that.
Literally like one day before the MDL land, they said like starting next season, I think it's next season, don't quote me on this, I might have got this wrong, but people, like, you have to be over the age of 16, I think. And there was a couple players on SOAR. Snakes was one of them, and he like literally
Snakes
is
Snakes.
Yeah, he has to go back to me.
Going
like Neptune as well. Neptune's another guy who you gotta look at. You know, young fragging talent.
Yeah, we'll touch base on the young talents in a sec. But now, UT Austin. What can we expect from UT Austin going against the powerhouse Robert Morris? Let's talk about UT.
Well, they're sort of their D1 team counterparts are one of the best teams in the league. I mean, obviously Robert Morris has the same story going for it, but UT Austin, these guys are like, it's kind of different because I believe UT Austin's players all play outside of this together. So it's like, we could probably practice against each other, and I bet you that they do, just to kind of see how each team's doing, and it kind of makes sense to do that if you have a D2 team and a D1 team to be able to kind of work on both teams at the same time like that. It seems like the players somebody wants them to be followed on Instagram.
So guys, Knife is about to start, as we will touch base on who to watch on UT Austin. So mind you, these guys want to get started. And here we go. I'll give you overpass. And yeah, Zach, as the knife round goes through, let's wait. UT Austin's in-game team name is iBuyPower. That's great. Is that a troll, or are they actually sponsored by iBuyPower? I don't know. But down to Skips Pro in a 1v2, and he's gonna. Oh.
Nice team kill there at the end. I like. Oh, dude, he's got a genuine Guardian Elite pin. Dude, unbox that at a major.
Plasma?
A lot of money for it
or
online.
the what's that? What's Aqua's? What is that?
Aqua's is a Diamond Hydra.
That's sick. Anyways.
Yeah, that one's cool. It takes a lot of time though. You have to do like almost all of the Hydra missions.
So you basically have no life. So Aqua has no life. Plasma's an offer.
It's either really lucky or really rich. 'Cause those ones are literally like almost 200 keys on like the trading forums and stuff.
But
for the genuine ones.
while these guys ready up, Zach, who are some players to watch here on UT Austin?
UT Austin, Skips Pro wants everybody to follow Sean_Shu on Instagram, so obviously he knows where his priorities are at. I'd say he's the guy to be watching.
Skips Pro,
honestly,
okay.
Any of these guys can kind of go off at any time on the. I'm gonna have to really try hard not to call them iBuyPower this whole game. On the UT Austin side.
I do notice the words bippity boppity. Well, I don't know why that's there, but apparently Jabba is a player to watch. I do notice his name is inappropriate, so we're gonna call him Jabba. And I'm gonna introduce these players as a pistol's about to start. And on the RMU side is gonna be Aqua, Rullet, Dragio, Plasma Rider. Oh, okay, Tyler. Oh my god. Okay, all right, clever. But look at this stack on this B site. And oh, starting off, Dragio's gonna find 1 kill, and his teammate's gonna hold off in Toxic. Not even gonna be needed here though. But might shine in any time. Plasma just chilling, and it's gonna pay off. As
I can't believe that worked.
yeah,
as well as it did.
yeah, that's interesting. But
That's kind of like that's a confidence move right there, to hide a player there and just expect that they're not gonna get. Because it's a great play. Obviously, you see it work there, but that means Dragio has to hit at least the first shot that he hit there, and then he comes up with a second one. I mean, that's huge for his team. Because if you don't hit a shot and he falls back into pit, the guys who are rushing are going to find you really quickly.
That's true. Now a forced buyout from, oh my god, I almost out of power, but UT Austin. And I'm going to introduce these guys to be Skits Pro, Jabba, Carucho, and Lumas. And Falcon. Oh my god, these names. Oh boy.
Hey, Falcon's just like a bird, so that's cool.
Yeah. But upgraded pistols. Oh, nice burst there. Dragio and Carucho with the deagle. Looking for some fruit. Down long. But the scout's gonna meet Jabba, and oh my god. Come on, Jabba, that needs something. Plasma farming up. Struggling, and he's gonna go down to Carucho, and a headshot from Dragio. So kills spread out across RMU. 2-piece for Plasma, 2-piece for Dragio, and now a full save should actually happen here for UT Austin.
Skips has a couple kills here, so he could get a little bit of utility. They could go for something. I mean, he's gonna elect for a CZ here. They're probably gonna try to recover some of these rifles into the following round, or at least try to knock them down, because even as a terrorist, it's important to remember that, you know, you are kind of going for kills even on your eco rounds, because the more money you make the CT side spend, the better chance you're gonna have on your buy rounds.
That's true, and look at this stack here towards B. Glocks, P250s, and a CZ. Can they make it work as 3 players stacked up here? RMU, Aqua, and Plasma start this off. They find both these kills, and still 2 players left here. As the bomb has tricked me. It's gonna be on Skips, but Zach's gonna hear the stampede, and the scout is good to deny that bomb plant. Very cheeky play, but I like it from UT Austin. I like that they're trying that.
Yeah, at least they tried it, right? You could just run your barrel of Glocks and do an SMG anywhere, or you could do the classic G2, kill yourself in the opponent's molly. I mean, I've only seen them do it still, and I'm surprised we don't see more teams do it. But they tried to do a little more damage here on UT Austin's side, unable to do so. But hopefully we can get 3 of these players on the board here. A little bit rough early on, 3 players without a kill, but unexpected after pistol here. A couple players are gonna stick with Famas's scout on Zach. He's got to be a good player. I can already tell.
Oh, stop, Zach. He's actually Zach 938, so he's obviously.
And he spells it wrong.
Oh yes, you're right.
Look at this flank right here, coming in from Plasma Raider here, up in spawn already with an M4. His default coming out here from UT Austin could be compromised momentarily. This is the kind of thing would like to see Gambit do a little bit more on this map.
Gets spotted out. Yeah, takes a little bit of damage and does a lot actually to Lumas. And now, oh my god, he actually steals Jabba, takes his soul right away. The bomb's gonna be dropped, and somehow UT Austin are just now stuck fiddling their thumbs with 45 seconds to execute.
That second kill there was like a Steph Curry fadeaway.
Yeah.
That was really a nice kill. The first one, I kind of doubted he was going to get the kill because he was so low already from being spotted out. But then he's able to translate that into a kill, fall away, get a second one for that flank. And now he's actually still just holding in spawn. He's going to hold for information, knowing that 3 players on UT Austin have been corralled. But they're going to make their way towards the A site, go for broke here. Only flashes and AKs to help them out. They will smoke off the bank. Zach's going to be flashed up here, but so will UT Austin.
Yeah, Tyler though, deep in the cubby. He's got the Famas, he's gonna do lots of work. He's actually gonna only find a 2K, and his Dragio's gonna steal Carucho's life and make it 4-0. Now, it's still very early. This is a CT-sided map, but after seeing, I think, the Monday night's game, the 10 p.m. game. I believe we saw a fake happen on the T side, so I like that stuff, the pistols, but I have a power. That gun round was single-handedly kind of won by Plasma, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a risky play to make, but with the weaponry that his team had, I can kind of understand it, and I can definitely see its value, and obviously he did as well, so he went for it. Pays off for his team, and it's kind of the risky run. And oh my gosh, what a shot from Skips there. Is Dragio going to trade him out? A little bit of damage here coming in on the eco. That's kind of a risk that you run when you're playing like a really stable default towards one site. They waited a long time. I mean, that flank didn't connect until about 55 seconds left in the round, if I remember correctly. So it's not like they didn't have room to move around.
Yeah, he was in spawn at like 1:15. It was kind of ridiculous.
It's quick to get there, but at the same time, if you give up map control like that, you're kind of asking for it.
Yep, indeed. But AK onto Bibbidi Boppity Jabba. Whatever that means. Anyways. But Tyler is gonna be anchored here, followed by Dragio. Hugging Optimus Prime's butt. Just so you guys know, if you guys can get it, it's, you know, it's a semi-truck. You can call it Optimus. Yeah. But starting off, Dragio finds a nice kill. And now the bomb on the back of Falcon, and he's gonna pick up the AK. Pokeball, do some damage, force him into that corner, and looking pretty easy here for Robert Morris University.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragio's making it look so easy from this truck position, and really you can kind of tell that he plays this spot often. Just the way he moves and throws that nade, connects with the player before he gets into the cover, the timings, and just his general movement. You can tell that he's really a master of that position, and this is going to pay off for his team here. Anytime UT Austin's been cutting towards the A site, they haven't even made it up the stairs yet, I don't think.
Oh.
I don't think they've even gotten towards the plant box yet.
I didn't even notice the coach, the CT coach. Robert Morris has a coach named Motel City. Yes, I guess we'll give him a shout out, some love. Always
Motel
nice to see that.
I like that name.
Motel City. Okay, so gun round, and Aqua sprays down one player through connector. Does a little bit of damage to Lumas as well. But the bomb's all the way on a default as these guys try to gain control. Now Carucho, he's actually gained control of water, but he's by himself. And he's got some utility to dump some things here in the B site. But Tyler has fully committed to watching this. Oh, and he's gonna spot this out too. These guys attacking that B site 1 minute ago.
Look where Plasma is again.
Oh god. Oh my god.
This is dirty. This is so nasty. He's gonna let him go.
Yeah, and he's just trying to find more players. Oh.
He's gonna knife him.
Oh no 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 no. Oh my god. Plasma! Plasma! Oh, that was such a nice try. I love it. I love it. But attacking the A side is Falcon X, and he's gonna actually go down to 12 HP. And Dragio, like you said, plays that duel 100% of the time. And Jabba with the up close and personal. 35 seconds to go, and it's a 2v2 somehow.
Long though is Dragio rotating in from heaven, gonna take down Kairucho there. Short, Jabba left all alone in 1v2. He has the bomb. 22 seconds to work with. It's going to be a difficult play to get off to work with. He will dink up Tyler. Tyler going to shut him down, recover the op for his troubles, and RMU out to an early 6-0 lead. I mean, the best thing that comes out of that round is that they won't have a triple 007 on the side of UT Austin right now, but still early in the game. Obviously, not anything can happen.
Yeah, this is where
It's crunch time, though, for that
you get some information, then you do that pause, and then you win the gun round after this, which is the 8th round.
One of them bought. Just one player bought on the side of UT Austin.
I think
He's their all-star player. I can kind of get behind, you know, tanking one guy
Oh,
like
God.
that. Oh, Zach with a nice flick. Yeah, this is looking pretty grim already for UT Austin. It's
Yeah.
kind of reminding me of Northeastern, like a solid team, but it just seems like their default and their timings on overpass just aren't as good as their opposition. And you see, once again, RMU, I believe this is probably the 5th out of 6 rounds now they've started with an early advantage.
Yep, indeed, and this is not looking good. Now, like okay, remember, Falcon X, he's got full utility. Is he gonna? Oh yes. Oh no. Oh no. He gets taken down to 17 HP by the op, and up close and personal's Jabba's gonna die, and Zach. Oh, and he has a nade as well. Zach finds a nice headshot of Carucho and a nice Follow-up shot onto Falcon X. And now this is where you see the pause. But
He's an opera, boys. Yeah, this is attack. This is tack pause territory if I've ever seen it before.
Yeah.
I mean, UT Austin right now, they're not getting any ground right now. If they're gonna go for anything, and I think this is kind of what I guess what Northeastern kind of started to do when it was too little too late. They need to just go quick towards one place. They need to sort of try to mitigate the strategy side of the game right now by just using raw numbers and kind of trying to go through the defense instead of go around it, trying to put them out of position, because RMU right now is just running a clinical course on how to play overpass.
yeah, and one player on UT Austin actually has turned into James Bond 007 for Lou Mas TR.
Blue Master.
Oh,
I
Lou
think it's just supposed to
Master.
be like Master.
Oh god, I see it. I feel old not noticing that. Oh my god.
I know what you mean. I know it's gonna sound dumb because you're like 3 years older than me, but I also know what you mean.
Oh my god, it was Lou Master the whole time. Dear god. Okay, Lou Master, you can pull this off. You can get your first kill. Let's watch this, man. This Plasma starts to... Oh. Oh my god, he gets naded! No, I've cursed the poor kid! Oh my... That was from, probably. Oh my god.
Over the wall.
Oh my god. But they did get a nice pick off to Tyler, but they choose to go back to water. And you got 2 players here towards Monster. Plasma's a very smart player, but oh my god. They actually, okay, I like this. The rotate comes through with Dragio. Wants none of it. He's gonna go back to the A site where the Zach's gonna miss his first shot. Flashbang, 19 seconds. This is looking real grim. These guys need to skedaddle. And Zach's gonna find one more kill for RMU. And now the last 2 attacking players. Skits Pro is gonna go down right away. And now Carucho is gonna follow up as well as Dragio has. He wins that duel 10 out of 10 times, I guess.
The cleanup coach is coming. I mean, the cleanup crew's coming through on the A site. And I mean, I was gonna just mention that the coach there might have a lot to do with this. The way that they're communicating right now, the way that they're moving around the map.
Oh, yeah.
For Dragio to be throwing the nade over the wall there to note that there's one connector and one solo connector at that time, that's instant communication that has to happen. If he hesitates even a second more to be throwing that nade from heaven, he's not gonna get that kill. The other player's low is gonna escape. So you can kind of tell it's just 2 different levels of communication are happening here, and nothing that UT Austin is trying is gonna be working. The thing that I do like is that they're playing Zach in this position on site. He's backing up into Bank. Bank is a hard position to play with an op because you have to hit the headshots, as you see, but as long as he's hitting them, I mean, you can't question it, really.
Yeah, he's literally like a statue, right? If he's hitting them,
everything,
you can't really peek this man. You got Molotov him out, but look at this. A execute. Can Dragio pull off another, 4K to hold this off? Last time they didn't have rifles, but Zach's here to assist him. He's gonna peek out. That's gonna be 1 kill. Lines us up, and he gets dinked instantly. But Dragio continues to kill, but Lumas is gonna find his first kill with a grenade. And now Java all by himself, deep into the site. The rotate's coming from the big flank, but the bomb's on his back, and he's gonna actually run all the way to B site.
I mean, do what works, right? He's gonna get to B site. He's gonna get a plan here. This is gonna be some good money for his team, but with 13 HP. His chances are so slim here. He has to make a move. He will hear one fall out of heaven there. Creep up on him. He will go down. Zach may be overextending just a little bit, and that might have given Jabba the breath of life that he needed in this round with that nade.
Oh my god, did 1 damage.
Jabba. So much worse.
I have the X-ray off stuck on Java. Let's see if he can pull this off. He hears the smoke and he's getting a little paranoid here, and he smoked off completely. The X-ray's on, but they ain't fool this man as both players decide to get off the objective. So 9-0, and UT Austin, no pause just yet, no breather to figure out what in God's name is going on.
Dragio's 19-2 right now.
Wow. Let's have a look here.
He's a 5-7 player. Like, I can respect this guy.
2 4Ks, a 3K, 182 ADR, and 47% headshot ratio. So not bad. If anything, that's scary.
Yeah, I mean, it is really. It's 182 ADR right now after 9 rounds, which is already about 82 ADR above a really great performance.
Yep, indeed.
Like
And his
dominoes are falling
teammates can pick these guys off. Plasma finds a nice kill from downtown. Doesn't even need to fight that. Remember, guys. And I'm pretty sure UT Austin, these 3 players that died, had like some full utility. And Plasma pushing through.
One thing that viewer players can kind of take as advice: if you're low or you know you're going to be going into a position that you're going to have a Operator finally getting punished there for the flank, with Falcon falling in the meantime. Just I was about to say it. If you know that you're going down or you know you're in a rough spot, you got to get that utility out. You're not gonna like. There's no point in taking those nades with you to the grave. It's not like you can save them into the next round. So
yeah,
if you're low, you should be trying to get them out and use them anywhere that you can.
Yep, and like the pressure is so on right now. Look at these guys. Looking at the map, Dragio and Aqua is closing in. Oh my god, timing is so crucial. As Lumaster. Oh my god, so 10-0. Zach, this is what I'm gonna ask you. There's a 10-0 point is, well, I mean, I should probably make it shorter. But what can UT Austin do against RMU?
At this point, it's just kind of operation damage control. I mean, you can't expect to win out the half. You can't expect even to be putting yourself in a position right now. They're on, as you can see, they're on CZs and Eagles. They don't have much to work with in this round. False headed up connector, but just gotta try to get something, anything. Bomb plants around wins. They have to go for broke on these.
Yeah, then all the eco's working out. 2 kills so far. Plasma goes down, but Dragio's gonna find 1 from the back, and he's actually gonna find a second one as the fire. But Tyler gonna find 2 kills, and now Dragio's gonna find that 3K, and no bomb plant, no hope. As UT Austin close in on the 12th round. Now it's a full buy. They've got money.
It's gotta be a buy every round though for them at this point, to be honest. Like, they have to buy every round for the rest of the half. Any rounds that they get here are gonna be used just again as like a little bit of a buffer. They should be focused already on their CT side. I mean, it's obviously it's hard because there's a big mental block that's being created here. No matter where they go on the map right now, they're being dominated by a player, whether it's Dragio on the A site, Plasma Raider flanking in B's, just always keeping them guessing right now. His timings on choosing to flank when he chooses to is just making the play so scared and so slow. They're checking everything. They're using their utility up early before they get into the sites. It's just difficult for them to have anything left in the tank by the time that they're battling these guys.
Yeah, and now they're looking to attack the A site, gaining control of bathroom right away. And remember, RMU actually play a very constructive system by holding A site, pretty much. They don't need anyone forward, and when they're not in A site, they're being aggro. Look at this, Aqua pushing through, finds the bomb, and he's actually gonna go down right away. Teammates close by, it's gonna be Plasma, who's gonna spot this out, finds a kill for himself as well. And now Falcon needs to get away. Oh my god, he actually goes for the shot. You need that confidence here, UT Austin. You need to take these duels and win them. Now Tyler spots the back of one player, and he's actually killed. Oh my god, the whip! That was an accidental, I think. But Dragio is gonna find the last player. That's Lumaster, and now 12-0 is on our scoreboard.
Honestly, it seems like I say the same thing every week, where I say I hate to harsh on one player for this and that, but I mean, that's kind of my job. So they're like, if lesson 1 in running around corners with nades out is that you don't, and that Skips Pro decided to do it there. All he has to do is hold short there. The guy peeks the bomb planter, and he's just got to fight that, so the bomb can get down or he can do damage, possibly get the kill. Him coming around the corner, not expecting somebody to already be there, literally lost his team around.
And it's not doing good as the eco, right? Even though they've had the last bonus, they did full out buy, but they're dying with a full set of nades on their belt. Plasma picks up another kill, and this is not even his rifle. He's just sniping. Gets dinked down to 1 HP by his teammate, I'm very sure. But 13-0, and yeah, what do you say at this point?
Like I said, they're buying every round into the last round. I don't really think they're kind of going on to like go for a double op T side. I don't know. Try to get 2 picks early, and then take all 5 of your players to a site. Like that's most that they can go for right now because they've kind of proven here time and time again that even playing for trades isn't successful because they need to be able to not only win the first gunfight, they have to win the second gunfight. They're not winning the first one though, and that's the first step.
And maybe this remedy they've concocted is gonna work out, but it starts out with an aggressive peek by Zach, finding Skids Pro, but a double up is what I'm talking about here. Is it gonna be the answer? But you have to like hold these positions here as UT Austin. You gotta understand that Robert Morris, they're controlling the pace, they're pushing through. Look at this. Brewmaster actually has to deal with 2 pushing players on both those angles, right? And now his teammates actually trickling their way into the A site. Oh my god, that angle. That angle.
Dragio, that he'll find a second one, and just like that, one by one after another, these dominoes are falling. UT Austin, you had the advantage. This was the round that you had a chance to do it, and if you go back and watch this VOD, all you guys had to do was pick one of the sites and go at the same time. You guys literally just went one at a time, up long A, and then out short. Like, you can't give Dragio the room to be 20 and 2 right now. 28,
28!
On a 30 bomb.
I thought that was a 0. That's an 8, ladies and gentlemen. That's
I looked at it for a second.
2 deaths! Oh my god, that is insane.
The thing is that, like, obviously great performances, the first step is that there's a great player behind that great performance, but at the same time, it also, in Counter-Strike, like, to have this good of a performance is also kind of a misstep from the other team that's happening here, and they're almost letting him just get away with playing any spot that he wants on the truck. They don't have a molly for him. Their executes right now just don't seem to be flushing out this position well enough for them to even consider the A side as a possibility.
It looks like the split that's happening here on the map. UT Austin's pretty much doing it because Robert Morris, they push through. And the only thing that would really work out here for UT Austin, if they play the pace that RMU is doing, is catching these pushing players. But regardless though, this is the last round of the first half. Like, this is, the damage has been, oh, whoopsies. Be back.
Okay, I'll take over from here. So, we've got here, Aqua finding the trade, evening things out 4 on 4 now, unfolding into this round, and this is the round, if any, for UT Austin to get in there. They were closer at one point there in this previous round, and they've lurked up the Master finally gonna win the gunfight onto Dragio. He'll go down on truck for what seems like maybe the first time. Plasma Raider rotated in, they haven't cleared out for yet. Plasma Raiders rotated up to A site. They finally get the bomb down, but before they'll drop their offer. So with 3 AKs remaining, no bits of utility to work with. Aqua's gonna be low, but he will have a Molotov to work with. Falcon hitting a very important shot there, but Plasma Raider and Aqua chime in simultaneously. They're actually being flanked right now. Do they realize it?
Yep, Carucho from the behind. He's got by 1 and the second. And that is going to be the first round here. It puts some hope in the hands of UT Austin. Oh my goodness.
Really good time to come back.
Yeah, I do apologize, guys. I needed my phone to be on. I have an emergency to deal with. But regardless, Robert Morris, 14 rounds, spanking, you know, the drums all the way to 14.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not pretty right now. I mean, as I said, Robert Morris University, like, these guys are pretty much poised to take the entire Division 2 league right now, and they're showing you why. I mean, they could compete with a lot of teams in D1. A lot of these players have an immense amount of experience outside of this league, and it kind of goes to show that just because you put a school in Division 2 doesn't mean that you're going to always run up against an easy opponent. These guys,
yeah,
like,
that's
I
very
would be
true.
scared if anybody who has to play these guys, like, no wonder they have 2 forfeit wins. Maybe the other 2 schools just looked at them and are like, Robert Morris, maybe not then.
Yeah, maybe people will be like, oh crap, it's Dragio and Plasma Raider in the server. You know what I mean? Like, look at these ridiculous score lines. And now, RMU. Oh, I like this. They're actually not just gonna fast attack. Plasma's gonna dump a smoke into the site. Anchored in is gonna be Jabba, who's gonna spot 2-3 players here. He's got a teammate close by, Toxic, and Plasma starts it off. Draco's gonna pick up one. Tyler's gonna get trade off, and Plasma checks the site. He was actually sitting in on CT side. And now it's just left to 2 players for UT Austin. Skids Pro and Falcon. Now the USP from long range is gonna benefit as Skips Pro gonna find one more kill. Actually, one kill, sorry. And Plasma, close. As his teammate does fall. He's holding the balcony. It's actually smart, but oh my god, accidental headshot. Followed into Falcon X in a 1v1 now. As Zach burst fire. 9 bullets. Bomb ticking away. No kit. Oh my god. And is it enough time?
It's gonna be really close.
No.
I don't think it is.
No bueno. Whee!
He tried. Respect anybody who's got Master Chief as their profile picture, but ultimately not going to be enough in this one. And that was it right there. That was legitimately their best chance so far in this game of winning the round, and unfortunately just not going to be enough this time for UT Austin. We're going to have to go on to very limited weaponry and play perfect here on out to shut down the RMU Eagles, who kind of expect us to bowl into one of the sites here and just try to play trades, take gunfights, and use their advanced positioning. They have 3 AKs to work with, plentiful in terms of utility, a nice smoke short.
The teammate blocked it. That's unfortunate. But Aqua says hello, gets Dink down to 23, but he's gonna find a kill the Falcon, and Skits Pro fighting down long with an MP9. The AK is gonna meet his death as Dragio has got his weapon of choice. And Tyler's gonna find a kill as well, down to just 2 players for UT Austin, and this might just be the end.
Could be here. Kairucho gonna be the lone member of UT Austin trying to defend the A site here, and looks like Dragio's come to take back the position that he held previously. Bomb's gonna come in. Kairucho's gonna find the first kill and the bomb actually, but not before Dragio gonna pinch between the smoke and shut him down. Looks like Blue Master all alone here, a 1v3, 1v2 rather. Bomb
it's definitely doable.
Yeah, he's got a chance. No armor here.
Oh my god, Dragio's insane! 32 frags, 16-1, and Robert Morris steal away the game with only 1 round here for UT Austin.
Ooh, she was rough. That was a rough one. Right
that was definitely really rough.
That one's a back to the drawing board kind of performance, kind of the same way that we saw Northeastern kind of come into that map, and then they come into the map and looking like a strong contending team, and then they're gonna go away from that map being like, do we ever do this again? Like they can't look at Overpass or look at their performance in this one, UT Austin, and think that, I mean, there's not really even anything to work with. They got to just go back to the drawing board there and just try to build up a solid default, try to build up something that gives you at least a footing against some of these other really top schools, because again, this is the second half of the season. This is where it's crunch time. This is where it counts most. Yeah, and you just gotta work with what you got, I guess, with the talent that you have, right, etc., and really put in the time to get better. With that being said, though, I actually did not expect 16-1, but I think I could say that for any D2 game. UT Austin's a good school. Robert Morris, school, yeah,
you know, arguably one of the best schools as well. But yeah, and you know, it's just insane. I guess Dragio, you know, might find his spot, or Plasma too, could find a spot, you know, in the main team. But I think even the Robert Morris main roster is insane as well. So, but with that being said, Zach, let's talk about UT Austin first. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this. Give me an MVP.
An MVP for
UT Austin.
Probably, like, even though he had the one blunder there, Falcon was the only player who really was hitting important shots throughout the game. I mean, he wasn't really too far ahead of the rest of his teammates on the scoreboard, but there's so many times where if UT Austin just wins that gunfight, the whole round changes. Things become a different situation. And it seemed like the only player who was hitting any of those necessary shots was Falcon, so I would probably give it to him. But again, like, not enough. It wasn't enough to win this one. And as UT Austin now falls to 1 and 2 in the spring, you know, this is, I mean, this is not good. Like, at this point, every week after the first one and like the second one, these are early games. This is where you can afford to make blunders, but every week moving forward, you have to consider that you're running out of time. And now at a 1 and I believe this makes him 1 and 2. It's just not, that's not looking good.
Yeah, especially like for playoffs coming up right now. Mind you, I don't know how D2 works, but I know Division 1, everyone's getting that friction under their feet. They're sweating. I could tell you that we are sweating at Saints Gaming. We don't want to make mistakes. Just so you guys know how playoffs works, it's gonna be top 32 of, I think it's like top 2 of each conference. But with that being said, though, my MVP for UT Austin is Carucho, coming in at that, just at that one round that he won for his team, that 1v2, the bomb down, the big flanker Rooney, getting those last 2 kills.
Yeah, that was just, that was lucky though, in my opinion.
Debatable.
Because he flanks there. If they just choose to stick the bomb, he loses.
Yeah.
He's not in a position to play it from there. That's why I was so surprised at the fact that I'm looking at the minimap. I'm like, is he flanking?
If that was Dragio, I'm not even sure who those last 2 players were for Robert Morris. If that was Dragio, he would have turned around and like one-tapped Carucho. But
I don't think he was alive, so yeah. I think, Dragio's got like spidey senses on Optimus there.
Yeah, and he's like checking everything, right? But regardless,
so,
though.
I mean, now that we've mentioned his name, should we get into our Robert?
Yes, we should. Who's the MVP for Robert Morris?
It had to be Dragio. I mean,
there you go.
Outstanding performance. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. If you guys are trying to learn how to play Optimus on Overpass, just watch his demo. I'll tell you, you'll learn little tricks almost in everything that he does. You can tell that he's a seasoned player on that position. Like, again,
not even just that. He's actually an insane rifler. His reaction time is good. His control is good.
Placement as well.
He is every coach's dream to have 3 guys like that. Oh my god. Yeah, seriously.
He won so many gunfights. Like I said, in order to play the trading game, it's important to be able to win the second gunfight. But UT Austin couldn't even win the first gunfight, and then they couldn't win the third gunfight against Dragio. They would approach him one by one, and he would just feed over and over. And I mean, that ADR stat looks padded, in my opinion. Yeah,
and Zach would, Mr. Z-Man7, I believe that's his name.
Yeah, he supported him really well.
Yeah, he released some of the pressure if there was any. Aggressively opping party. You do commonly see that on the CT side, changing the pace on Overpass. But Robert Morris had that game in the bag. They had complete control of it. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if they spawned like a crate of bananas and spawn or something with SV cheats or something like that. But they controlled that game.
And then Plasma's flank just kind of kept them so scared.
So
it was a team performance as well. Like, as far as how Robert Morris was able to execute there, every player kind of had their little niche spot on the map where they were the best at it. I mean, you look at Alpha, who just controlled the connector the entire game, and he knew when to play it and when not to play it. I mean, sometimes not playing in a spot can be just as important as making a frag happen from a certain spot. Just putting yourself in a position to win is important, and RMU did that in every facet of the game.
Yep, indeed. So, just so you guys know, as we did see the first game, we do have another game tonight. That's Division 2. This is a feature week to show some of the talent that's happening in Division 2. As we see here, Dragio and Plaza Rider, Choni 4, all these different guys who, it's actually, like I said this before, it is very refreshing to see impeccable talent like that in Division 2, because I can't wait to see them maybe make a mark in Division 1 or in the future of collegiate CS. But after this broadcast is going to be Northern Arizona versus UC Santa Cruz, another D2 game. Now Arizona, I can't remember Northern Arizona, but UC Santa Cruz should be fairly up there, I believe, in Division 1. I'm not too sure. Don't have the stats right in front of me right away, guys, but Zach, 16-1, we don't expect that, right?
You just don't, coming into a game. Like, we didn't really expect, we expected it to be a little bit closer even between our last 2 schools. When you see 2 schools of these calibers with the records that they have, and then sort of how they played in the last semester, it's tough to see matchups kind of come out like this, because the skill disparity was there, and it was just rough all around for UT Austin. I mean, it's so important right now this is crunch time. This is, like I said, as you said in St. Clair, this is where you have to correct yourself. You can't be making so many mistakes. You don't have time to play these kind of drawing board games.
Yeah.
And this is stuff that has to be figured out outside of matches. And I think that RMU has it figured out, and UT Austin needs to just kind of think about how they're presenting themselves on their defaults, and maybe you just work on general communication between the teammates, because it kind of seemed like you know, a few times if one player was holding this, or if somebody actually flashed this player in here, or they didn't one by one go into a site. It's just
Yeah, the
so
dominoes, and even then, just getting caught off guard early
Absolutely,
on.
yeah.
Plasma, I think that was like the gun round. That was the gun round. Plasma actually pushed.
Gun round, yeah, that he pushed and did that. It
like,
was, like I said, like I couldn't believe that he was in that position so soon. But at the same time, at 1 minute into the round, if you're just holding a wide default across short bathrooms and long A, you have to be ready for connector, but more important, you have to be ready for a flank. You have to be ready that somebody pushed through.
Okay, to be fair, if I was UT Austin and I was that first player who died to Plasma, I would have been like, WTF. Why is this guy here? This is the first gun round, and that is where the mentality of the whole squad just goes, oh crap, like this is what we're up against. You know, these guys racing for information, going crazy individual plays, blah blah. Then you go like you have a player who rushes. Now remember, Plaza Raider. Then you have Dragio, who just sits in sight and demolishes anything that comes through. That's scary. That is actually so scary to deal with.
Yeah, and I mean, it's scary to deal with in a sense, but they didn't deal with it. That was the problem. I mean, the thing was that, as we kind of alluded to, Zach supported so well from Bank with the AWP that really the only way to flush out a player playing that position, if you don't know any like preset Molotovs or anything like that to do it, is to pinch from long. And sure, you can't hide from both of those positions on Optimus, but if you're going one by one and he's able to just kind of peek long, kill a guy, peek short, kill a guy, peek long, kill another guy, throw nades, do tons of damage, stop you from even get, like I said, I don't even think there's many times where they even got up the steps on A. They were all dead before they could do anything about it. Yeah, it's
kind of a huge wall there. So guys, that's enough about game one, and if you like what you saw, hit that follow button, of course, and feel free to tweet at us at our personal Twitters at TDLTrue and at CrackshotCS. And of course, follow us at CStarLeague and at Collegiate CSGO on Twitter, guys. And so the next game tonight is Northern Arizona versus UC Santa Cruz at 7 p.m. PT or 10 p.m. EST, guys. I will not be joining you. I actually have things I had to deal with at an emergency matter. But guys, you know, hit that follow button. Tell us what you know, give us some feedback and critique us. You know, we're constantly trying to make things, you know, more enjoyable and entertaining for you guys. But we're on Twitch, the utmost greatest streaming platform, our biggest sponsor, and it has created CSL to what it is today. Like, it is the greatest. Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't be watching CSL if it was on Facebook.
Yeah, you know, I mean, or on YouTube, right? I think it's like let's talk about that briefly, because I had an argument with someone about this. Like, oh yeah, I love like watching streams on YouTube. I'm like, pourquoi? What?
How'd you find a stream on YouTube?
I know. How do you find a stream on YouTube? Yeah, mind you, there's some CSGO. I forgot what rights were sold. I think it's
ESL's
ESL
Pro League rights.
ESL Pro. Yeah, I don't.
Some people say it's not a big deal, but it is. It is.
It
a big
is.
Deal. You don't. Sometimes you like, for example, when you sit down at night just to kind of watch TV, do you like? Obviously, there's going to be shows that you like, so people who are super into CSL Pro League are going to still tune in to watch it. They'll still get some viewership. But like, if you sit down at night to watch TV or to watch a movie, do you like know when you were going to sit down or know like what you were going to watch? You just kind of see what's on, right?
Yeah.
So to come to a platform where you can see all of the greatest esports action happening in one place, it's important.
Yeah, and like, honestly, I know nothing that was going on in ESL. Simply because it's not on Twitch, and it actually bothered me a bit, because I remember seeing the announcement about the rights being bought, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't know anything that's going on ESL. It's because it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's tough, and I mean, you know, like as I'll shoot you a little bit of writer info here off the record. I've had some very important writers in this industry give me some mentoring, and I'll tell you what, Counter-Strike is very saturated, and that's not a bad thing. There's so much material for you to learn from, so much that you can watch. But the point is that if it's in 7 different platforms, like how are you going to watch all of them? How are you going to make sure you're updated? Some of even the best writers out there, I guarantee you, they don't watch all the matches that they talk about. They try, but it's a lot easier if they're all in one place. I'll tell you that much.
Yep, indeed. So guys, we're gonna close it off, and we will join us at 7 p.m. PT or 10 p.m. EST for Northern Arizona versus UC Santa Cruz.
Unless, of course, my Discord crashes.